Hello, my name is Kojiro. Welcome to my channel Good Vibration. I invite you to join me in my amazing journey in search of truth, wisdom, higher knowledge, and discovery, and how I successfully unlocked and decoded the law of vibration applied to the financial markets and trading. This is not just for traders in general, but I'm sure that in the universality of the natural laws and immutable laws that operate in our lives and in our reality, this content can be useful and beneficial for everyone, from people from every walk of life. Since I was very young, I was very interested in the financial markets and trading, in stocks, commodities, currencies. Somehow I found trading and financial markets to be pretty amazing, fascinating at the time, in so many ways. To see how all those market movements, fluctuations, price oscillations, money constantly changing hands between buyers and sellers, and in the process, to see how participants could potentially make money or lose money, create or banish wealth, like this. It was something really amazing for me. So I decided that someday I wanted to give it a shot and try it. And like every novice trader out there, when I really had the opportunity and the chance to start, and I had the funds and the time to start, I read a few books, I studied a little bit, I learned a few technical indicators and basic techniques. I also experimented with demo accounts, and I thought I was ready to make millions, right? That's what everybody thinks when they're starting. Because as debuting traders, as myself at the time, people usually tend to think, I'm ready for this. I'm the one, I'm smart, I'm prepared, and how hard could it be? Because, price only goes up, it goes down, or maybe goes, sideways, right? Well, in reality, the statistics don't lie, because 90% of new traders, they end up losing their money. It's a fact of life. So I was not an exception. I got smacked and beaten up by the market. I lost money at the end. And at some point, in desperation, I remember I started thinking that markets were, in some way rigged, that it all was part of a huge scam. Because how can it be true, that every time I enter a trade, the price just starts going the other way? Or first it stopped me out, took my money, and then resumed where I was thinking will go without me. It was something really frustrating. Does somebody out there identifies with the description? Because I'm sure I was not the only one. It's not easy money. Trading is not easy money. There's no such thing as easy money. It doesn't exist. In fact, trading is one of the most difficult and demanding activities that any human being can experience in their lifetimes. Because not only you have to deal with the technical aspects, which are quite difficult and demanding by themselves, but you have to deal and you have to learn to control your psychological and emotional reality. And well, here's where many cannot overcome the challenge. But I didn't quit. Deep in me, I was aware that there had to be a method to win money consistently in the markets. So well, I started searching and investigating. I became what you would call a seeker of truth. And I found information on W.D. Gann, who is reputably one of the greatest and most successful traders of all time. The guy was simply a legend. And I will try to summarize here because, well, covering all of his life and achievements will make more than a whole video in itself. So, well, Mr. William Delbert Gann, that was his full name. He was born in Lufkin, Texas, United States, June 6, 1878. He came from a very religious family. He was the eldest of 11 children, and well, in fact, in his childhood, his mother taught him to read using the Bible. And you can see later how this influenced greatly his thinking on the nature of the markets and, well, all his life in general. And since a young age, he showed a great ability and interest in mathematics. He later showed a great interest in trading and the financial markets. And well, he started trading around in the early 1900s, at the beginning of the 20th century. And around 1908, he moved to New York to open his own brokerage firm. And he was a special man because he devised a very peculiar and original technical analysis and trading method, which happened to be very successful and very, very accurate, almost magical accurate. And it was based in natural law and scientific knowledge. He was a pioneer also in his price and time analysis, which he employed in his trading techniques. And that way he could determine with great precision when a change in trend was imminent and what will be the best price to enter or exit a trade and the markets. His great achievements can be verified because in 1909, another great trader and financial writer, Mr. Richard D. Wyckoff, who happened to be owner and editor of the Ticker and Investment Digest, which was a financial publication and magazine of the time. He wrote an article and an interview on Mr. Gann titled William D. Gann, an operator whose science and ability place him in the front rank, his remarkable predictions and trading records. And in his own words, in the interview, Mr. Gann says, "I soon began to note the periodical recurrence of the rise and fall in stocks and commodities. This led me to conclude that natural law was the basis of market movements. I then decided to devote 10 years of my life to the study of natural law as applicable to the speculative markets and to devote my best energies toward making speculation a profitable profession. After exhaustive researches and investigations of the known sciences, I discovered that the law of vibration enabled me to accurately determine the exact points at which stocks or commodities should rise and fall within a given time." And well, in October of 1909, in front of representatives of the financial magazine, the Ticker and Investment Digest, he performed in one trading month 286 trades between long and short positions, of which 264 of those transactions resulted in profits and 22 in loss, which is pretty amazing. He had a win and success ratio of 92.3%. And not only that, his profits by the end of the month had grown his initial margin more than 1,000%. Wow! He ended up with 10 times more than what he started with. Incredible, which is unbelievable. The representative of the ticker and Investment Digest, well, he said in relation to Mr. Gann's successful trades at the time, I'm going to quote him here. He says, "The above we can positively verify. Such performances as this, coupled with the foregoing, are probably unparalleled in the history of the street of Wall Street." And he also said, as a fair-hand witness, I want to quote again here, "I once saw him take $130 and in less than 1 month run it up to over 12,000. He can compound money faster than any man I ever met." Impressive, just impressive. In general, Mr. Gann is said to have taken more than $50 million out of the markets in his time, only by trading, which inflation adjusted in today's money will be worth roughly like 10 times more, which will be like 500 million. Impressive. He was also a writer, an author of many books, a financial analyst, a mystic, financial broker, and a pilot also. And by the way, he was like the first man in America to own a private metal airplane, which he used to supervise his, commodities, the crops, like grains, like soybeans, corn, and wheat. Well, naturally, he became to me a source of true inspiration for me. His discoveries in trading prowess were the catalyst and that impulsed me into a quest of learning and discovery. And I started searching and studying a lot of stuff. And I was facing tons of information that I really did not understand at the beginning very well. And well, I will quote here Mitzi DeWitt. She's a musician, writer, and truth seeker herself. She's not a trader, but she describes very well my situation at that moment. So I'm gonna quote her here. "Such materials convinced me that there was a sacred and secret knowledge, everywhere the same and everywhere concealed. Fragments of this unknown teaching could be seen through the veil of ancient dogmas, under the seal of old religions, in the ruins of ancient temples, disguised in myths, legends, and allegories as a simple collections of stories unintelligible as mysteries, unless one knew the key. The key was the science of vibration, locked up in a trinity of words, letters, and numbers, as absolute, as infinite, and as profound as the Logos," by Mitzi DeWitt from the Horizon of Thought, from her article from her website, mitzidewit.com. But there was a problem. There was a problem with, with what I was facing, because even though I searched a lot to find the exact procedure Mr. Gann was using, I didn't find anything. And the problem was that, well, Mr. Gann's methods were not truly, what you will say, available to the public in general. He was always very secretive and cryptic about his work. He did not teach openly, to everyone his methods and techniques. And I believe, and I think, in my opinion, that possibly he took the best part and deepest secrets of his knowledge and discoveries to the grave. I think nobody really knows exactly 100% how he did it. He left a vague series of writings, clues, tools, charts, and many traces, like the Gann angles, square of 9, master charts, even a novel called Tunnel Through the Air, but nothing conclusive. There was not a manual, a procedure manual, step by step that tells you what to do. But I found very curious how there are many Gann gurus out there all over the world. Everyone with their own version of what they think Mr. Gann did, but with certainty maybe not the real methods Mr. Gann used. And the thing is, they vary very much between one another. It ranges from the maybe could work stuff to the totally crazy, outrageous, and useless stuff. And there are a lot of people in that world, between true truth seekers, which there are, marketeers that only want to sell something, and of course a lot of fraudsters. And facing this situation, I did as Mr. Gann once said. He said, "In your path to knowledge, leave no stone unturned." So that's what I did. Instead of studying and concentrating on all the modern Gann gurus for clues, I decided that the best decision was to walk the path myself. And so that's what I did. I picked every rock. I turned every stone and pebble that crossed my way in my path. And I left no stone unturned. So I went back to the year 10,000 BC, all the way. And I came all the way from there to the present day, looking for clues, looking for knowledge in general that could be of any use in several topics like religion, history, science, art, music, astrology, architecture, philosophy, mysticism, alchemy, mathematics, astronomy, astrology, physics, you name it. And then I went into all ancient civilizations all over the world, like ancient India, ancient China, ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, the ancient Jewish culture, the Babylonian and Sumerian cultures, the Persian civilization. I went to the Americas, the Mesoamerica, the Aztecs, the Mayans, the Incas, among others, searching for information that I could use. So I see myself as a seeker. I am a seeker in search of truth, and I can tell you, I went deep, really deep into the rabbit hole. And I found it to be infinitely deeper and wider, many times over than I could have ever imagined or even expected at the beginning. And until now, there's not a clear end at sight. It's like never reaching the bottom. The best way I can describe it, it is as a never-ending journey, never-ending road or path. It is an unending process of learning and transformation. And I can tell you it has been pretty long for me. It's been more than 10 years of endless investigation, research, and thought. Of course, filled with many frustrations, sacrifices, and many dead ends along the way. But I was also blessed with many eureka moments, many discovery moments, or what you can call enlightenment moments, and situations, those kinds of discoveries that send shivers down your spine, that simply leave you perplexed, amazed, breathless, and take away your sleep like caffeine. Those type of discoveries, those moments were the ones that gave me the strength and the energy to keep going and not quitting. Because it's very hard when you put a lot of time and effort into something and you don't see no progress. And as of today, it seems this journey, this quest of mine, has been totally worth it. I still keep searching, I still keep learning stuff, and I consider myself a forever disciplined, dedicated, and humble student in search of truth, in search of unraveling and decoding the deepest secrets of nature and in the universe in general. Because it is like it is written in the Bible. In John 8:32, it says, "And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." And well, it has been quite a challenge because it seems life and the universe are far greater and far stranger than we can think of. No matter how technologically advanced we think we are, how much we think we have achieved as individuals and as a society, we have only discovered a minuscule portion of what it is to be discovered. There's still much out there, many more mysteries waiting to be uncovered. And the power is in your hands, only in your hands to do it. And well, it is like Plato once said. I want to quote him here. "To the man who pursues his studies in the proper way, all geometric constructions, all systems of numbers, all duly constituted melodic progressions, the single ordered scheme of all celestial revolutions should disclose themselves. The revelation of a single bond of natural interconnection," from the Epinomis of Plato. And well, I am going to quote again Mitzi DeWitt here from an article called Ancient Mysteries from her website. And she says, in relation to Plato's vision, Plato's words reflect the ancients' view that there was a sacred canon of proportions, a harmonia, which interconnected the macrocosm and the microcosm, from which was revealed a knowledge of the stars, the planets, the earth, the seasons, and man himself, and that no understanding of this sacred canon was possible without the four keys of geometry, arithmetic, music, and astronomy, all four being necessary to unlock the secrets of universal laws, by Mitzi DeWitt from her website. She's talking about the quadrivium, which was the basis of, the knowledge necessary to unlock the universal mysteries in ancient Greece. And well, through hard work and dedication, I could unlock and decode the law of vibration applied to the financial markets and trading. And I have to tell you, it works. It is true, and I want to make sure people understand that it is not a myth, a legend, or a fantasy. It is there and it really exists. I cannot say it's the same as Mr. Gann, because I I really don't know how he did it back then. But I have to say, it is my own version of the law of vibration, or master time factor, which allows me to, to know accurately and in advance where the markets will turn and at what price. Basically, I can know the swing points before they actually happen. And well, it answers the two most fundamental questions all traders and financial analysts want to know and what they face. Number one, the when, the time, the x coordinate, and number two, the where, the price, the y coordinate. And it works pretty well, and it should work in any market, in any time frame, and under any circumstance or situation. And I have to say also that I am not a master in any way, because I still keep learning and discovering new stuff every time. It is a perpetual, ongoing process. And my conclusion is that, well, markets are not random in any way. Although many people claim they are, between some scientists and some professors and some statisticians, I can say that every financial instrument has its own order, rhythm, and its own cycles. And well, what seems messy and chaotic to the untrained eye, it's actually an orderly movement with prearranged structure. And this can have, well, deep implications, not only for the markets, financial markets in general, but for life and existence, because it arises questions in relation to things like destiny, fate, free will, and God. Things that we give for granted. We give for granted that we are free, and well, we don't think much about it. And it can also be, in the other end, it can also be potential. It can have potential usefulness in every human field of knowledge. Not only in the financial markets and trading, but everything in general. In stuff like prediction of earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, weather, reproduction cycles of many species, maybe medicine, biology, physics, and many other fields you can think of. And well, I'm glad now that I trusted what the Bible says, because there's a passage in Matthew 7:7 and 7:8, which says, ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh, receiveth, and he that seeketh, findeth, and to him that knocketh, it shall be opened. And important here in this passage, it is to know that everyone can achieve anything if they propose themselves and commit themselves to a clear objective. But it is evident that it implies some kind of action and effort. It's not just like osmosis. You sit there and you get knowledge. It doesn't work that way. It implies some effort and action of your part. Because knowledge, and especially this type of knowledge, although apparently hidden, well, it is there in plain sight for anyone to discover. And well, for me, what started as a quest for money, profit, material and financial gain out of ambition, because that is the truth. Mysteriously, it is slowly transformed and changed into a more nobler and subtle cause. And I think it is due to expansion of consciousness, higher consciousness of some sort, and awareness. Because somehow knowledge and truth, it transforms something really deep inside you, in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. And the most important thing I discovered is not even the law of vibrations application to the financial markets, but the most important thing I discovered, it was God. God, the Creator, the Supreme Being, the Spirit Force, Almighty, all-loving, and well, the irrefutable proof of His existence and all His works in the universe. And due to this greatest rediscovery, I have to say rediscovery, I am committed to the noblest of all human causes, in my opinion, which will be the advancement, development, and evolution of human knowledge and all human beings. So I can be of some sort of assistance to other seekers in search of truth in their own paths, trying to give hints and clues for others to also find God, in their own journeys. And well, mainly try to inspire and motivate people from all walks of life. Well, check my next videos, because I'm going to be trading my method in real time. And well, if you like my videos and if you like this video and its contents, please give me a like and a thumbs up, and well, subscribe to my channel.